This is an educational video which is showing the end-to-end process on mosaic art projects for people who want to make a good living by creating custom-made mosaic art project for clients. So no fancy edits, just experience. Okay, let's jump to the workshop process. So means the process has begun. Material used to create the project, tools to create this work, and the studio. Okay, this was the studio. It's kind of too big. For this kind of a project, you don't need this kind of a studio. I just want to show everything which is related to this particular project, and that's why I'm showing you this. The material well, first of all, this project was in total, I believe, not more than 4 square meter or something like that. So even a room will be enough as in size to create this kind of work. So let's jump into the material. We have a very low quality picture in here, a photograph showing how I made all these things. It's a different color. This is actually the one that I've created for the storyboard, which I told you, to show him how it will look like. So something that we can catch in here, you see this nylon, this plant paper, no, not plant paper, how we call that? This painter nylon thing. Then you can catch here the mosaic mesh. Okay. And here, this disgusting yellow thing is the glue material, the adhesive which I've used to stick the tiles, the ceramic tiles, on this mesh. I will follow up to that later on. And so this was the material. These are ceramic tiles cut it into 15 by 15 millimeter. I resized them to get these tiles. How I cut them, I will show you in a few minutes. And there is no paper. There is a paper. I believe there is a drawing here. Yes, correct. There is kind of a drawing laying below the this mosaic to follow up the lines and stuff. Another thing can catch here? I don't think so. So let's go into the tools that we have used. I use this thing over here. This was, I don't want to talk too much about this right now, it's not the right moment. This was electric, it works with electric. It has one wheel over here. It has some water is coming up into here. And no, there was no water actually. No water. Okay, there was no water. It was a dry cutter. You turn it on, it starts to turn, like that. You can by using this thing. Okay, but we go onto this on another video. But the thing is, I changed that to this, to have this water, because cutting ceramic is producing a lot of dust and stuff. This is what I've used to create the smaller tiles, this 15 by 15 millimeter. I used regular ceramic tiles, which was 30 by 30 centimeters big. I resized them into this 15 by 15 millimeter. You can use this kind of a dry, it's a ceramic cutter by Ruby brand. You can find it on the description below at Amazon, and you can use this actually too to cut this kind of tiles. You can even cut 1 by 1 millimeter tiles with this simple ceramic cutter. I have a video, that link is in the description below. Will pop up here somewhere, the video. You can go and check if you're interested in to cut this kind of a small ceramic tiles. And this was the tool. I use that one on this project, but I could also produce it by using this kind of a tool. So another important tool that I've used is, excuse me for this bad image, but at that time, 2005, it wasn't that good, you know. The phone camera was not that, and it's also a bit shaky, I believe. It's blurred. So whatever. You see this wood, how you call that here? This frame, like, you know, this was to give it the right size. Okay, I believe what I did, so it's at the same level. This wood is at the same level. So I believe, I'm not, what I remember is I've created this kind of a frame by using just some wood, you know, some wood, how you call that here? You see, I glue it, I believe, on another wood plate, which is below that, and just to have the right sizes, okay? Because if you want to create something like, hold on, if you want to create something like that, so this is one tile, okay? And here you have many mosaic tiles inside. This is the next tile, okay? And this is the next tile. So each tile must have the same dimensions without any mistakes, if you know what I mean, by millimeters. It's important, okay? That's why I've created a wood frame to have to stretch the mosaic. I think what I did was, hold on please. First, I glue all that stuff, okay, and then this wood frame, you can't see it in here. Then I believe I put this on a wood frame, like a tray, and then I stretch the tiles a bit, you know, to have the right size. This is what I believe. I'm not sure. Okay. Another thing that I use to create this is, you can see it right here. This is the studio actually, inside. See the boxes in here. So that's the messy glue that I've used for such a long time. It was, look, I'm not saying that this is a terrible adhesive to use. No, it was not the right adhesive to use in this kind of a project. I will tell you why in a minute. And you can also see the Mosaic Nipper. Where is it? So you see, this is the other tool that you can use to create this kind of 15 by 15 or even 1 by 1 millimeter tiles. You can use this here. I can't see the Mosaic Nipper. Anyway, you know how Mosaic Nippers look like, right? I will find you, hold on. Okay, so this is another project in the same studio. We'll talk about that later on. You see, still here, the messy, you know, that stinky, it smelled terrible. Everywhere the same, you know, it was a big mistake, but I didn't know what kind of glue to use at that time. So this is the Mosaic Nipper that I've used. It's not even very clear. There are different type of Mosaic Nippers. Okay, here it's more clearly. This is how it looks like. Okay, not the one with the wheels. This is another project. We will look at that in another video. And this was the only tool that we used to create, that I've used to create this. You see another one here. I believe you know, your lung, how you call that, the stuff what you need in your body to breathe. I damaged them a lot by using this yellow, you know, it was terrible. Anyway, you see the mesh in here. Okay, evidence showing how I create these pieces. You see, one piece, these are all separate pieces, and I'm also checking them if the size is correct. You can support the artist if you think this video was helpful for you. You can do this by buying goods designed by the artist. Thank you.